fast approaching, and if you're a business owner like me, it can come with a very kind of mixed array of emotions. You can be excited, you can dread it, and you can just want it all just to be over and just, you know, to go back to a nice easy life. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a neat little list to basically get your Etsy shop and your handmade business, and maybe your business in general, ready for the Christmas season. So carry on watching if you want to be ready to take on Christmas 2019 by storm. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be basically helping you get your Etsy shop and your handmade business shop or business in general ready for the Christmas season. So this has come from experience. There's been so many years where I've just headed on into it and gone, okay, I'll just wing it. That does not work. If this is your first Christmas on Etsy, then definitely kind of make notes and make sure that you, as soon as you can, put into practice what I've told you in this video, because obviously we are now in November. It needs to be done. So just make sure that you write these things down. I will also leave a link to a checklist below. Very small little checklist. You can print that out if you want to. It's more notes on the video. Good little ready reckoner to have next to you when you're doing this stuff. And yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing to do is to check your SEO. I don't know why I'm doing this. But realistically, this should have been done in October, but if you've left it until now, that's okay. Do it today though. Do it today, do it this evening, do it tomorrow morning at the very latest, but please just do it. Basically, I use eRank and Pinterest to update my normal kind of keywords to seasonal Christmas ones. So rather than a gift for her, put in Christmas gift for her and things like that. So just make sure that you update your keywords for good Christmas seasonal ones. Also, make sure to note these down, because when you go to change your keywords, you want to make sure that you have a list of those to change. So I often, in each listing, put 1 to 2 long tail seasonal keywords. So that could be changed for Halloween, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. But obviously at this time of year, change it to the Christmas ones, and then obviously 2 to 3 months before the next holiday, change that to something else. So after Christmas, I will then immediately go in and change them for Valentine's Day, because obviously that's February the 14th, so you're not quite on the 3-month mark. But just obviously after Christmas, make sure that you go in there as soon as you can and change your keywords. I do have some other videos on SEO and things like that. I'll try and put one in the cards up here. If not, just go onto my channel and do a quick little look. I've made a playlist for Etsy SEO as well, so just go onto that and have a little watch. The second thing is to check your stock. Oh, I have done this to myself so many times. I'm actually in the process now. I have nearly run out of boxes. I had to place an emergency order, so I need to take my own advice. But year one, I was on Etsy making a decent income. Christmas time hit, and obviously my shop blew up and I didn't know this stuff. And long story short, I ran out of initial S's. Completely ran out. I had none stamped, nothing like that. I ran out of discs, everything. I had no initial S's, and typically everyone's initial began with S, so I had to literally place an emergency order again, stay up all night stamping them, doing all this mad stuff, and yeah, then I was okay. But I had to find that out the hard way. If you've been on Etsy for a few years, I bet you've done this, where you've run out of, I don't know, business cards, Jiffy bags. Jiffy bags is a big one. But basically, to counteract this, I have a big list. I'll just read you out some little things that I've got on my list. So it's Jiffy bags, boxes, ribbon, tape, leaflets, business cards, gift tags, organza bags, and things like that. Also, it kind of helps with your stress levels, because believe me, it's not fun when you go to your stores, realise you have 2 Jiffy bags left and go, oh no, I have like 30 orders to go out, for goodness sake. Honestly, you've never felt your blood pressure physically rise so much as to when you have to email 28 customers saying, sorry, I ran out of Jiffy bags, your order might be a bit late. It's just not fun. Just make sure you personalise your own list and print it out and check it now. Number 3 is I look on my stats and I look for trends last year. Now this is keyword trends and financial trends. So as we all know, October, August can be a little bit of a slow month. Even sort of January, February time, you know, you're riding the wave in November, December, your sales are like this, you know, you're doing all fantastically good. And then January, February, you dip and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I can't tell you guys the amount of messages and things that I get saying, oh, I'm so nervous about January, I don't know what to do, my income's going to go down, what do I do? I look for trends. I go back through my stats and I look at when my shop is prone to dip. Now, another thing you can do to combat this is that oftentimes what people will do is that in the busy time, so they're up here, November, December, they're making all the money, selling all the things, and they won't do any social media, or they won't make any new products, they won't update their SEO, they'll just ride the wave up here. But the thing is that because things take a good 30 days to kind of kick into gear, they'll go into January like this, and then at this point, they'll start doing all of the things. And then they'll maybe rise up a little bit, but then they'll stop doing the things, and then they'll go down again. The aim of the game is to keep it consistent. Even in December, still do social media posts, still make new products, still batch create, all those things. You just have to basically make sure that you are on an even keel. Christmas time is so difficult for doing this, but batch create your content. I batch create, especially my Pinterest posts. I batch these 2-3 months in advance. So in October, I spent a good 2-3 days, just literally that's all I did. Scheduled the living crap out of my Pinterest page, because I know Pinterest for me brings me in the most sales. Social media and things like that, I do a month in advance. I have a virtual assistant that does my Facebook and Instagram posts because I can't stand doing them. So I give her the images and she schedules them out for me a month in advance. But the lesson of this is that if you identify the trends and you know when your finances or your sales are likely to take a nosedive, then you can start to plan accordingly. Make sure sort of middle to end of December, you're planning ahead for your January and February slump and thinking, what can I do now to stop that from being as bad? And I guarantee you, it won't be as bad. Also with this is that I go back onto my keyword trends, I go onto the stats for last year, and I basically see what keywords worked last year. Now, I won't go in and change all of my listings of the keywords that worked last year because, as you know, people change how they search for things every single year. But it's a good thing to do to write these keywords down that worked last year, take them to eRank or another Etsy SEO tool and see how they're performing today. That is a good way to kind of make sure that your SEO research and your Christmas keywords are catered for your shop, not just general Etsiness. Number 4 is that I batch create my social media posts and graphics and things like that. Now, I've just briefly touched upon this, but I like to literally batch the crap out of my social media posts for the month ahead. 2 months ahead if you're listening to this in November or the beginning of November. But basically, yeah, I just like to make sure that my graphics and my social media posts and all that type of thing is all done and finished. There's nothing worse than finishing at 11:30 at night on December the 10th and realising you haven't put up a Facebook post for that day. Just make sure, batching is your new best friend, okay? Can we just put that out there? Can we just have like a hashtag, batching is my best friend, because it will be. Just make sure that you spend any spare time that you have batching your social media posts. Also, using Canva to make my promotional posts is something that I do also. So if I'm wanting to do a specific Christmas post or an ad or whatever, I will make these in Canva a couple of months before, because then I know that I have them put by again, I have them batched, so that then I can put them into my scheduler, give them to my VA or anything like that. This works especially well for Black Friday posts, Cyber Monday posts, or any discounts that you're doing, and that leads us on to our next point. Number 5 is plan your discounts. So obviously, November the 29th this year is when Black Friday hits. It's up to you whether or not you want to do a Black Friday promotion. I've experimented with doing yes and no. I do best when I have some kind of Etsy sales or some kind of Black Friday promotion. I don't overcomplicate it. I just put a 20% off sale throughout the entire store, one day only. Or I did experiment one year with one weekend only, but I think the time element of the kind of scarcity aspect of having one day only works better. But try it out for your shop. The upshot of it is though, is that you want to be planning out your discounts in advance, because again, and I've done this before, where it's got to the Thursday before Black Friday and you've gone, oh my God, it's Black Friday tomorrow, what am I gonna do? And you haven't got your graphics or your discounts in place. Also, just a side note, you can also schedule this on the native Etsy sales calendar thing, so make sure that you do that. But there's literally nothing worse than getting to the day and being like, oh no, I don't know what to do, I haven't got anything ready. Also, rushed social media graphics for Black Friday can look truly terrible. So just make sure that you do this in advance, you give yourself plenty of time and you plan it accordingly. Number 6 is batch your packaging in advance. Now, this will save you so much time. I mean, I'm just going to go into the kind of example that I do, okay? So I cut my chain. It's not really anything to do with packaging, but it's just something that helps me out greatly. I cut my chain in advance. My shop, 9 times out of 10 when someone orders something from me, it'll be in an 18-inch chain. So I will cut and prep my chains in advance, and I'll put them in this little drawer here, so that basically when the mad sales hits, I have the chains ready to go. I also prep my packaging. So I have organza bags with little logo stickers on that I do for my message cards. I also have stickers that go on my Jiffy bags and things like that. I do this in advance, because if I don't, then I'll be sat there again at 11:30 at night sticking stickers on Jiffy bags and on organza bags. It's just a heck of a lot easier if I do them in advance. The other thing that I'll do as well is that if I am predicting another big order week, again, it's good to go back through your stats and kind of predict when your big order weeks will be. I will line up this desk and I'll have Jiffy bags with the inserts and gift tags and everything ready to go. All it needs is the product in a box in the Jiffy, because then it just makes the whole wrapping process a heck of a lot easier. And if you're like me, when you're doing 120 orders in 2 days, honestly, just having it all laid out here, ready to go, is a godsend. So assess the situation, see if that's something that will work for you. And even if it's not, if you just batch little things like what I've just said, sticking stickers on your bags, on your boxes, on your Jiffy bags, little things that it wouldn't really matter if, you know, you didn't get the orders that you expected, because they have to be done anyway. Do that. Spend some time batching the things that you think will work for your shop. Number 7 is setting ground rules. Okay, we've all done it, okay? If you're an Etsy shop owner, I know you've done it. I know you've done it. But you've been up at 1 AM, either you've been out the night before, you've come home a bit late, you get up in the middle of the night to go to the loo, you check your phone, you see you have an Etsy message, and you're literally there at 1:30 in the morning replying back to a customer. Really? Guys, set boundaries. If you haven't already got shop opening hours, please do that. Literally, I cannot explain how important this is. Christmas is a time not only for mad Christmas Etsy sales or handmade business sales in general, it's also a time for spending quality time with your family. And I'm ashamed to admit, but in the first year of my business, you know, if me and my husband went out for a Christmas meal, I would be on my phone. I've responded to Etsy messages on Christmas freaking Day. No. I vowed after that year that I would never do that again. I have put ground rules in place. If you know that, let's say Christmas Eve, you want to spend time with your family and kids, put that on your Etsy shop banner or in your policies, or even set up an automatic message. I have got one actually included, a script that you can steal in the cheat sheet below. By all means, copy it, paste it, you can use it, it's free for you to have. But I will set up an automatic message from about the 20th of December. That's when I tend to stop shipping orders, because I want some time off too, guys. Wow, time off, what's that? I'll put an automatic message saying, hi guys, thank you for your message. Unfortunately, I've stopped shipping orders for now. I'll be open again on January the 2nd or something like that, or maybe December the 27th, 26th, whatever works for you. I'm not saying, you know, what you should and shouldn't do is the same as me, but make sure it works for your family. And if you know that you're going to be having a nice meal out on December the 15th with your friends, just don't put your shop on holiday. Just make sure that you have boundaries in place. There are a lot of customers that will understand that them emailing you on the 23rd of December saying, I want this order delivered tomorrow, is unacceptable. But you have to make sure that you put those ground rules in place in the first place. And you will get one, trust me, that is emailing you Christmas Day like, oh, my order hasn't arrived yet, do you think it will be here today? Yeah, that is an actual conversation I've had with the Etsy customer on Christmas Day. The cheek of some people. You can even save the message as a snippet. If you don't want to send it automatically to all customers, by all means, save it as a snippet. It takes 2 seconds to just go on to Etsy, click the snippet, send it off, as even if you want to pick up your phone anytime over the Christmas period. It's completely up to you. All I'm saying is, now in November, sit down with yourself, have a word with yourself and say, right, what's the ground rules? What do I want to have? What time do I want off? Do I want the 20th of December to the 2nd of January off? Do I want just Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off? What do you want to achieve? And just make sure that you stick to them. Again, as I've said, please go and print out the cheat sheet below. It's a really fantastic little thing to have, especially when you're prepping for the Christmas madness. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Leave a comment below, say hello. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you all and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.